Hello everyone, you tune into a handful of blessings. I'm Kim 1114. I come to do this video, which I've been planning on doing for the last year or so, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I come to do the video and show you how I actually reuse my human braiding hair when I get ready to use it. First off, when I took my hair down the beginning of this year actually is when I took my braids out. I had 2 bags of hair because I had highlights in my hair. I had number 1B and 33. That was the color of the hair that I used. But the way my hair was, the highlights was actually separate in the bag. It wasn't blended together when I brought it. So when I took my braids out, I actually took 2 plastic bags and I put the brown hair in one plastic bag and I put the color 1B hair in the other bag. After doing that, I went through the hair, which I've already done most of this already because I did it last year. I just hadn't actually washed the hair and all that. So this is some of the hair that was in the bag when I took my hair down. This is actually the last little bundle that I have to straighten out. So you want to go through the hair and you want to pick it out, the hair that you had, and section it off like the little strands that you see in it like this. Some of you'll probably end up throwing away, but the majority of you'll be able to reuse it. So this is one of the braids. Let me move this out the way so you can see it. This is one of the braids that I had in my hair. You can see how much hair that I had on my braid actually. So you can be able, by looking at it, you can tell which end that you had attached to the root of your hair and which end you had at the that was actually the end of the braids. You can see where that little bend that is the hair that I had attached to the root of my hair. So you want to take that and gather all of it up in your hand like this. And like I said, this is time consuming, but it's well worth it, especially if you pay $50 or $60 for a bag of human hair. You want to reuse the hair. That's just my opinion. I think if you buy human hair for braids, that you should actually reuse the hair instead of throwing it away. So you want to take it and just hold the ends of it like that and just gather all those ends up in your hand. So you want to go through all the hair and pick up the hair by the little bend, the part that was connected to the root of your hair. So there's the other part of the root. So I'm just going to grab that. And you want to try to get the hair as even as possible in your hand, the top part of it. So do that, and you just constantly do that until you get a bundle in your hand. And I like doing it in small bundles because it's easier to work with than trying to do all of it and having one big bundle in your hand at one time. So yeah, so this is hair right here I had already straightened out, so I can just go ahead and just add all of this in my hand. And as you can see, the hair is not even at the top, but it's basically even at the top part of my hand that I'm holding. Now some of this I'm gonna cut off and throw away. And this is the rest of the hair. You can see it's pretty much even at the end. So after you straighten all the hair out like that, the next thing that I do, hold on one second. Okay, the next thing I do is I use some black rubber bands on my hair. And I normally take probably about 2 just in case it breaks. I take about 2 small black rubber bands. And afterwards I just put a rubber band on the tip of the hair. Like this. And you want to put it on as tight as you possibly can. So you can see how I got it. Let me see, can I zoom out some? Okay, so you can see where I put the rubber band at. And the hair is pretty much straight at this end. And I've bent it so you can see how it looks. And that's how it looks at the other end, like that. I like working with small sections of hair because it's much more easy to work with than big bundles. When you're braiding your hair anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can just pull off the hair that you need after you straighten it out. So the smaller sections will be very, very, very easy to work with than a big bundle of hair. Okay, after I put the rubber band on it, the next thing I do is I take my hand and I wrap the hair around my finger because I'm going to comb the end of it out. So I wrap it just in case, because even though the rubber band is on there, it's not tight enough. When you comb it, if you hit a knot or tangle in the hair, it's going to slide. And I don't want it to slide in the rubber band. So what you want to do what I do, I wrap it around my finger like this. I just take it, wrap it around once and twice, and I hold the end of it, and I start with the end of it and work my way toward the rubber band. So I'm just gonna do that, and you can see it's kind of tangled on this end, and you don't want to do it really harshly. You want to kind of do it lightly until you get it combed out. Hold on 1 second. So you want to do that until you get the tangles of it combed out. Like I said, this is really time consuming, but it's well worth it in the end when you don't have to buy any more hair. Or if you have to buy another bag of hair, you only have to buy one instead of buying 2 bags, which I only buy 1 bag anyway, because I always use 1 bag of hair when I do my hair. A lot of times I don't even use the full bag. So there, so I got all of that combed out. As you can see, the comb go through right through it. Okay, next what you want to do is you want to unravel it on your hand, and then you want to take the other end of the hair where the rubber band is and wrap it around your finger like this. And you want to comb this out too, and you want to start at the end of the hair, which is very hard to do on camera. And like I said, some of the hair you'll see shedding out, which is okay. But it's all worth it in the end when you have the majority of the hair still left over. So I'll show you how much hair came out of this little bundle when I finish doing it, which is not much. So it's pretty much straight, because when I took my braids out, I combed my braids out, so the hair is not really that tangled. So I got it combed out almost to the end. So I'm gonna let that go and wrap it around my finger again and take care of the ends of the hair. So that's basically it. This is the little hair that came out of that little section, which is not much at all. So next what you want to do is you want to take the hair and you want to plait it. I'm gonna have to put something on top of it to hold it though. Yeah, that works. So you want to take this hair here and plait the ends of it, the long part of it. And you don't want to plait it real tight. You want to plait it loosely, really loose. So I'm just gonna plait it loosely like this, and the end of it looks like that, as you can see. Afterwards, I'm going to put a rubber band on it because I don't want it to come down yet. And I'm just going to put one little small rubber band on it, and I'm not going to even put the rubber band on there tight. Now let me say this while I'm putting the rubber band on. If you had human hair in your head and you use glue to seal the ends of where your braids stop at, you probably won't be able to use this method. You probably have to throw the hair away, because with glue you have to actually cut the glue out of your hair. If you use slip knots and you had human hair, this method you still can use it, but it's just going to take some time because you have to take all those slip knots out your hair before taking your braids out. So it's going to be a little more time consuming if you were trying to salvage your hair. I only put slip knots around the edges of my hair. That's it. The rest of my hair I don't put slip knots in it. So I didn't have that big of a problem. I just had to take the slip knots around the edges of my hair. That's it. Okay, so you can see the rubber bands on there. It's really loose. Okay, and with this end you can see how it looks. It's like this. So next what I'm going to do is take some scissors as soon as I find what I did with them. And I'm not going to cut this even because I'll be cutting off a lot of hair to get it even. But I'm just going to cut off the little straggly ends that you see at the top. So about that much hair. Like that. So that's how much hair that I cut off. And let me show you the rest of the bundles that I've done already. These right here I already did that. The method that I did to this I've already done, except for cutting the little straggly ends off. So this is all the other hair that I had. You can see how much hair there was that I had in my head. And I would be throwing all this away if I didn't straighten it out and reuse it. This is a lot of hair. So and this is enough for me to rebraid my hair. And this is not even a full bag. The rest of the hair that I had in my head last year, this is it. This is over half a bag of hair pretty much that I had. And this is the company Afro Beauty Collections. 100% human hair, tangle free, wet and wave hair, color 1B33. So that's what it looks like. The type of hair that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and I already combed this hair out and everything and plaited it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same method for this. I'm just going to cut off those little ends that's on it. And I like keeping my highlights separate from my regular hair because I like putting my highlights in where I want them at. Sometimes I do my highlights different. Sometimes I put them all in the front and none in the back. Sometimes I mix it in, put it all through my hair. So with me having it like this, it's much more easier to work with. So you can see this is how much hair that I cut off. And I'll show you what the hair looks like. So that's what it looks like. Like that. Plait it all the way to the end, rubber bands on the end of it. Okay, so the next step, what I do is, I got a little bowl here. Well, not a bowl, but like a container here with some water, warm water in it. What I do, the samples that beauty supply houses give me, like shampoo and stuff, when I go in there, they'll give you free samples sometimes. I save them. This is what I use them for. Because it's the right amount of shampoo to use. Because it's not enough for me to shampoo my real hair with. But anyway, this is one of the samples that they gave me, is shampoo and conditioner. Like I said, I always use a cheap shampoo when I'm doing this. I don't want to use my good cheese shampoo or my Alpha G shampoo or anything like that. So it was probably, I would say, about maybe a top full, maybe, once I put it in there. So I put that in here and I added some warm water. So next time what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually wash the braids in the water. So this is the first one that I'm doing. So I'm just going to dip it in, get it really wet. And the braids are actually clean because I washed my hair right before I started taking my braids out the last time. So next what you want to do, you just want to do the hair in one, go in one direction with it. You don't want to go all wild with it or anything like that, because if you do, you'll be tangling the hair back up again. So you just want to rub in one direction. And like I said, the hair is not really that dirty because I washed my hair right before I took the braids out my head. And when you get to the tip end like this, you want to rub down in that direction for this. And the reason why I put the shampoo in the water instead of putting the shampoo straight on the hair, because it's easier to work with. If you put shampoo straight on the hair, it's a little harder to work with and to get it all the soap rinsed out of it. So you want to do that for all the sections of hair that you have. I'm going to do the same thing for this. And like I said, go in one direction when you're doing this. One direction. And also, I wanted to make mention too, when you do the method, when I was combing the hair out, you want to make sure that you wrap the hair around your finger like this. And you want to do it probably twice, so when you comb it out, the braids won't slide. It's very important that you do that. If not, when you start combing the braids out, the hair will be sliding all out the rubber band and everything else. So you want to make sure you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of the sections that I have. Okay, so I finished doing that. So next what I'm going to do is, which I'm not going to do on camera because I don't want to take my camera in the bathroom with me, because that's how I drop my other camera. But anyway, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take each section of hair and I'm going to rinse it, all the soap out of it. I'm going to do that up under the sink, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I rinsed all of the hair out already, and I added the conditioner and some warm water in here, and I also added some VO5 conditioner in here. Like I said, I don't use expensive stuff when I do this. I use cheap shampoos, cheap conditioner. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all of the hair in here. And this is conditioner, like I said, and water. And I'm just going to lay all of it in there. And this is the rest of the hair. I'm just going to put all of it in there and lay it in. And I'm going to let this sit in there for 10 minutes. and it's just like you're actually conditioning your hair, really. I'm doing this because I want the hair to be soft like it was when I first purchased it, which is soft already because the shampoo made it soft, but putting it in conditioner makes it really extremely soft. So I'm going to let this sit in here for 10 minutes